What's up, wrestling fans? It is yours truly, Ruby Soho, and you're listening to Wrestling POV Podcast with the man, Tony Diaz.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to the Wrestling POV Podcast.
Hey guys, this is Hardcore Country Mickey James, and you are listening to Wrestling POV Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new year. Another episode of Wrestling POV Podcast. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with the $50 man, Claycon.
What up, everybody? It's a new year.
Yes, sir, and the Dean, Elio Canella.
Class is back in session.
Class is back in session,
Yes.
mofos. That's right. And he's here, and let me tell you something, man. Elio's not playing around this year.
No. No. Does he ever play around, though?
No. Well, yeah.
I don't know, man. He's serious every time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he gets mad. Forget about it.
Right?
Dude. All right, so well, as a lot of people saw on our Facebook page, we do have a special guest today. I didn't even tell my other two co-hosts, $50 man. I didn't even tell Elio who it was. He tried. He tried. He's been trying to guess who it is and all this other stuff. But I will give you a hint. If you can figure it out after this hint, I'm going to play something. Okay? So if you can guess after this, and I'm pretty sure you will, that it's our special guest who we have here. So here it is.
Wrestling POV is preposterous, is obnoxious, is atrocious, is ridiculous, is churlish, is interesting, but stupid! Wrestling POV is your point of view, bring you 20 years of change in the wrestling business. From the spotlight to the polls, from birthdays to hot tech news, wrestling news, rumors, and injury report, covered by the greatest in the whole damn sport. This week in wrestling, who made the book? 5 second shuffle, pay-per-view, points game. Love, peace, and wrestling is what they're all about. So sit back, kick back.
That's right. There you go. Rick Serrano the third is back.
The third!
Rick Serrano the third is back here at Wrestling POV Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, Jack. I'm ready. I'm heavy. I'm all jolly and lolly. Here I am, ladies and gentlemen. That's off the top of the dome. If you don't know who I am, you're about to find out who I am. I am Rick Serrano the third. I am the greatest Wrestling POV champion of all time. I am the first ever Wrestling POV champion. I am the first ever 2-time Wrestling POV champion. I am the first 3-time Wrestling POV champion. I am the first ever 5-second shuffle champion. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been gone for 156 episodes, but that does not mean that I forgot who I am. And I just think I need to remind you, gentlemen, who I am. Elio, ladies and gentlemen, Elio, Daddy's home, okay? I remember when you were a gentleman. Now you're a dean, and I'll be taking back my 5-second shuffle championship. And Clay, buddy, man, I love you. You got 2 beautiful kids. Well, I had to catch up, and I got 3 of my own, just like that, baby. In 2 years, I got 3 kids. That's what I do, ladies and gentlemen. And Clay, listen, you said some things about our girl, Sasha Banks. You loved her. You adored her. You got to remember, Clay, she's Mercedes Moné right now, but she's still the boss. Yeah, she's kind of bitchy. She's kind of obnoxious, but at the end of the day, she is 2. She's number 2 of the 4 horsewomen, and that goes down to my man Chris. Chris, the number 1 of the 4 horsewomen is Bailey, and it's Bailey is enough over Jordan Grace. I've been listening for 156 episodes, and I've had a lot to say. And Tony, you have the most to say too. Tony, you still can't say anti-disestablishment. And with that being said, I love you guys. And it is home.
God damn! Look at that. Wow.
Oh, was it what you expected?
I mean, I kind of had an idea, honestly, of who it was going to be, but I didn't want to say it. I wanted to be surprised. You know, it's been a while, brother.
Yes,
It's
it
been a
has
while.
been. Yeah, on a more serious note, it has been a while. You know, I did have to take some time for myself. Went through a heavy divorce. I went through a lot of different things in my life, and I had to get myself back together. And piece by piece, I got myself together. I ended up finding the love of my life. We just got married. She had 3 kids. Now they're my 3 kids, and father life has changed me. That's why I keep saying that daddy is home, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard. It's a struggle. There's more gray in this beard since the last time y'all saw me. But ladies and gentlemen, the wrestling world has been turned upside down since I've last been here. And let's just get into it, man.
Hell
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Hey, kids will do that to you, especially if you have 3 in a little short span. So.
Exactly.
3 in 2 years.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, like Rick said, you know, we got a lot to cover in wrestling. We're changing up the 5-second shuffle game. I'm just going to do a quick scenario on how we're going to do this. I'm basically going to cover up my phone so I don't see who's playing, so that way I can be involved too. And how we're going to do it is, let's just say it starts off with me. I have the choice to either go or pass it off to Clay, how I have it on my screen. And if I choose to stay, let's just say a song pops up, I guess who it is. And then guess what? Clay will go, and then he'll guess who it is. And then Elio will go, he'll guess who it is. Rick will go, and then he'll guess who it is. And then I'll reveal who it is. And whoever gets it right gets a point. Instead of playing up to 7, we're going to play up to 10.
Oof.
Because the points is going to add up rather quickly. Now, but let's just say it's on me, and a forbidden song comes up, I get a minus deduction while everybody else is safe. So we still have those forbidden songs. And how we are going to do it, as far as how we're going to tally up these points or the scorecard, is if I win, or when I win, then
damn.
And let's just say I win 3 weeks in a row, my record is 3-0. So that's how we are going to be doing it, just to see where it goes from there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just bear with us. We're just this is going to be the first episode that we're starting that with. So
you guys do know you can't let me win this, right?
Hell no.
If I win this, you're gonna hear a lot of the first evers again. I'm just putting that out there.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, Rick was very well known for doing the first evers on just about everything, actually.
Yes.
The first ever Rick Serrano the Third Award winner too.
That's right.
That is true. That is true.
I noticed you left that one out, but
Yeah, listen,
you brought it back. You brought it back.
He saved the best one for last.
Exactly.
Come on.
I lost a lot of shirts too. We got a lot
That's
of stuff.
right. That's right. I think he's like Owen. Yeah.
Yes.
Dolph Ziggler shirt. I think he's like 0-3 in betting.
All my bets are wrong.
And he produced a nice video of him doing a very dramatic video,
Yes.
actually.
I mean, clearly very dramatic.
Now you need a Nick Nemeth shirt.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So, all right, let's get right into the wrestling world with World's End pay-per-view. Clay, take it away.
Yes, sir. We're going to start out with World's End. This was a solid pay-per-view. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say too much about it from the start, but here we go. First match, we had Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher in this Continental Classic match to go to the finals.
This was good.
This was good.
Yep.
I don't think as good as the first one, though. I'll be completely honest with it.
Really?
I thought it was. These two still had a good match. I'm not going to say that it was bad or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
The brutality of it was good. You know, Ospreay busted open. I forget which part, honestly, where he got busted open, though.
Yeah.
Is like during the match. But still, nothing less. Will Ospreay gets this win, hits the Styles Clash on Kyle Fletcher. It was a solid start to World's End. I was really impressed with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good match. Very good match. It was a lot of action in this match. That's why I thought this one was better than their last one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, top notch
Chemistry is big.
Yeah. And they know each other like the back of their hand.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, this match, it was a good start for AEW finally.
You said it completely right, man. For real. This was good. Anybody else with the intake?
Like, can we not lick your opponent's blood? Like,
Bro, that made me sick.
I'm like, stop! Don't do that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make you look tough. It makes you look sick.
No.
It's
like,
but yeah, for me, this was a great opening match.
Yeah,
I mean, anything when any kind of show that starts off with Will Ospreay, you're bound to have a good show. Now the thing is, you can't hope that Will Ospreay is your only part of the show that you're like, oh my god, and AEW has been struggling with that bit of just finding the right formula of presenting their matches for their pay-per-views. And Will Ospreay, again, I honestly, guys, the guy is probably number one in the world right now, the way he's been wrestling. That's the way I'm looking at it. He's just phenomenal at what he does, and he does a style clash. I mean, no.
Yeah.
True that. Yep. True that. Next match, Ricochet.
See, Ricochet. I'm right here, baby. You gotta talk about me. I'm right here.
Damn. You knew where I was coming from. Ricochet versus Kazuchika Okada. Again, a Continental Classic match to go to the finals. Okada winning the match. Pretty interesting. Good match overall. You know, as much shit as I'm going to talk about with Ricochet here in a little bit, and we're going to say that shortly.
Oh, yeah.
He puts on still solid matches for, AEW as it is. And him with Okada was real good. The wrestling styles, it wasn't as good as Fletcher and Ospreay, just because the wrestling styles were different in a way, but they still made it work. So, solid match. Then you get to the end of the match. Swerve and Nana come out, throwing toilet paper at Ricochet into the crowd, doing this and that. That was perfect because Ricochet needed this. For as much shit as
I was just about to say with the whole toilet paper thing, man.
He deserved
that's like the total disrespect, though.
Like he was complaining on social. He was complaining about it on social media. And like they did on Collision. When the crowd threw the toilet paper at him, he was throwing it back at them.
Oh God! But that's just the thing, man. I mean, as much as he's been talking on the internet, social media, that way, I mean, it's a perfect heel work for Ricochet. I think it's good, and what he did on Dynamite.
Do you think that Ricochet had no choice but to turn heel because of the way his reactions have been in AEW?
I think they wouldn't have cheered him. I know that for a fact. Even if he was trying the hardest to be a babyface, I think it's hard for what he has said for fans to even be, see him as a babyface. He had to turn heel. And
for me, it's kind of boring as a babyface. Like all those characters a bit out there with the way he is on social media. This heel Ricochet is more interesting.
Yeah.
But my thing is this with Ricochet, like, do you have to be a good talker to be a good babyface? And I don't think you have to, because remember, and we're not talking about the superstar of all superstars. We're talking about a mid-card babyface. Like, you look at people like Sin Cara, right? Sin Cara didn't have to talk, right? Ricochet don't have to talk. He can just show his work in the ring. But the thing is, Ricochet wants to talk. It comes down to this mental health thing for me. It's a difference between a need and a want. And he wants to talk. He don't need to talk. You see what I'm saying?
It's
and Ricochet has a huge problem with that. And because people talk so much crap about him, he wants to talk even more. And it's not working for you, brother. And then you just start saying some outlandish stuff on the internet. And it's just not a good look for you right now. And then, of course, everything with Samantha Irving, it's just it's not a good look for Ricochet right now.
And it's just like in the ring. Like, everybody knows that you're with Samantha Irvin. You don't have to talk that you have Samantha Irvin.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. You don't have to talk about that. But let it be known. Like, look at her. Like, seriously.
It's pretty hot.
Yes.
But,
I mean,
come on. But here's the thing. I've said it many, many times that it's very difficult to become a babyface. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's making it hard on himself to even be a heel.
Yep.
Why? Because he wants to talk. And it's like trying to act like a tough guy, especially like when he first debuted. Oh, you want to start some shit? I was like, so unbelievable, man. I was like, Ricochet, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Have you been dying to say the word shit? Is that what it is? I mean, it looks like you have been dying to say that word. And once he did, I think, honestly, I ain't going to lie. I think that was his downfall.
Mm-hmm.
When he first did that promo, everybody was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
You never heard it. And you see why Ricochet didn't do a promo in WWE that much. Like, he tried a little mid WWE, but WWE's like, nope, you're not doing that.
Nope. They was not having it.
No. But still solid match overall.
We'll
say that. Yeah. Next match, Mariah May versus Thunder Rosa in a street fight for the women's title. Look, this, I think, had a problem. I think from start.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. There's no story to Mariah May versus Thunder Rosa.
I agree.
There's nothing there. It's like you had 2 weeks of this where Thunder Rosa was holding the sign up, and then they get into it. Oh, we're going to have a street fight. That's AEW's problem. There's no story. Why does Mariah May hate Thunder Rosa? Or vice versa. That's the problem. And then you're going into a street fight, which the street fight was all right. You involve Thunder Rosa's dad, who has a great mustache, by the way. That was kick ass, dude. Like, if I could grow a mustache like that, shit, let me do it. But that's, anyway, going back to the match.
You grow one hell of a beard, though.
I mean, I do have a pretty nice beard. I will say that. But yeah, that's the thing, is like, the whole street fight was okay.
I thought it was good.
You really did?
Yes. I thought it was a good street fight for the ladies. Fun. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
But I do agree, though. I do agree the backstory on it was just not there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But I thought the match was pretty good.
They spit, who was it? They spit alcohol at each other. Mariah May, I think, did.
Mariah May did it.
Yeah. So it was good there. And then you had the thumbtacks involved. Saw a match. Mariah May retaining. I'm just having a hard time with Mariah May's title reign, if you want me to be honest. It's one of those that it's there and it's cool when she won it, but then after she won it, it's like, okay, then what do you do now? Like, you have these solid matches. You haven't really fought against Toni Storm yet. I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah.
But you go with Mina Shirakawa, then you go against Thunder, and it's like, okay, where are we going with this women's title here with Mariah May? I think she's talented. I just think she needs that right baby face to go with to make her this big time heel.
Willow Nightingale, maybe?
Dude, I would love that.
Yeah.
Seriously, I would.
My thing is just, is Thunder Rosa ever going to get over in AEW?
I don't think so.
Is that ever going to be a thing? Or
I don't think so.
Like, just the stepping stone, which is not a bad position to be in, but it's just like, because then at one point maybe she'll get over, but right now it just looks like, oh, you guys want to get over, then you got to get over Thunder Rosa so you guys can make a title reign look worthy enough. So that's what it seems like. But I mean, damn, Thunder, like she's not that bad. Like, Thunder Rosa's Thunder Rosa, people.
Yeah, she truly is.
Yeah.
What do you think, Elio? Anything?
Like I said, this was a fun match, but there was no backstory. I think then the Rosa's just there to help put the other talent over.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's
Definitely.
what it seems.
Mm-hmm. Next match, we had MJF versus Adam Cole for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. This was good. I honestly thought it was a good match. I think, again, with this whole story of MJF versus Adam Cole, I think they should have done this a long time ago. instead of where they're at now, because it's kind of like the whole thing is shifted. So now MJF's the heel, Adam Cole babyface, and now it's kind of like weird in a way.
I think they waited for Wilson because kind of makes sense with the way the 2023 ended. With Adam Cole being revealed as the devil at Wilson.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they waited for this one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Then you had the match going on there. MJF getting involved with the ring. Then you had Undisputed Kingdom get thrown out. Then he uses the ring again. MJF beats Adam Cole again with the help of the ring. Here's my thing. Why don't you just have MJF keep that ring? I can't see anybody else without that with that ring, period. When I hear it for 5 years, straight years, and that's part of his gimmick, and every time there's for that diamond ring, he's got to use it to his advantage, get the win, whatever. Just have him keep the fucking ring. Don't make him defend it again, because this is part of MJF's gimmick now.
Well, let's go ahead, Tony.
No, go ahead.
Let's ask ourselves this question: what has MJF done to show any kind of growth in the wrestling business? Because I know from back when I was on the show, MJF, I've always been the MJF hater, and I always said that MJF was just a cheap heat missile. All he does is get cheap heat, but his in-ring skill has not evolved. He doesn't do much in the ring. He goes back and forth between, does he want to be a heel? Does he want to be a babyface? But he still wants to tell people to shut the fuck up. He still wants to give the fingers to kids. He still wants to do all this stuff. What have you done to evolve your character? Who are you, MJF, right? Like, you left for a little while, you came back, and you're still the same. Nothing has changed. Now, when people leave in WWE, and I know you guys got your people attacking you for being WWE marks and all, but I'm just saying, when somebody leaves the WWE and comes back, they change something, a little something. MJF has not changed. He's not shown growth. He started wearing a vest at one point. He started wearing the scarf. It's just, what are you doing different? Because to me, again, he is a cheap heat missile. That's all he does, is just talk shit, talk bad about people, curse people out, and that's it. Yeah. You don't do, like, his in-ring work is nothing to me. Like, but he is glorified in AEW.
Yeah.
And it's just, I still don't understand. So maybe our listeners can tell us something about MJF that I'm not understanding, because I don't see it. I've never seen it, and I probably never will.
Well, you brought up a good point. It's just the fact, like you just said, MJF from start of AEW in 2019, we're talking about 6 years ago. And it's like he has not changed the character at all. Like, he went babyface for a little bit, and then he went back to heel. But it's just, in wrestling in general, you've got to change. You can't be the same shtick over and over and over again, because let's just face it, he's going to get stale at some point. And that's the truth.
Unless you have the stature of, shall I say, a John Cena. Yeah. Like, he is like one of the mainstays where he can just be him truly. And again, he had to evolve at some point to find that character. But it just seems like they feel like, and let's talk about it, the diamond ring, right? He found that diamond in the very beginning, and he was like, oh, I don't got to polish it. I don't got to clean it up because I'm already a star. Bro, you were a star in a startup company in AEW. You weren't a star in WWE. Let's be real about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
You were a star in the small fish. And what have you done in this company? Nothing. Except win this diamond ring over and over and over again.
And it seems like the ending
It's like I always said, MJF, his character does not evolve. He'd rather be in the back cutting promos. The way he is in AEW is the way he was in MLW, the way he was in Combat Zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's the same character, only in Combat, I think he was Maxwell Feinstein or something.
Well, the thing, I was going to say is that the whole diamond ring thing, it seems like the ending is always the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like, all right, so why are we having this if the outcome has been the same repeatedly over and over and over again? So
For real. Yes.
That's my take on it. That's our take on it. Shit.
It is. Next match, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Konosuke Takeshita for the international title. Again, no story here at all with Powerhouse Hobbs versus Takeshita. Kind of, in a way, you had it because he was still the Don Callis guy with Powerhouse Hobbs and Takeshita. And you had that kind of thing. But you know what, guys? I didn't realize how big Takeshita really is until I got to see him next to Powerhouse Hobbs. It's like, man, this guy's got some meat on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really does. They put on a good match. Selling the knee injury, though, with Hobbs, I thought was decent. They worked that real well. And then Takeshita getting the win here and retaining the title.
Yep.
Not a bad match.
He's now a double champion.
What was his other championship?
He's now a double champion. He won the Never Openweight title at Wrestle Kingdom over the weekend.
Oh,
wow. Shit.
Wow. 2 belts to Takeshita. That doesn't sound.
Yeah. Don't ask me to say it.
No. But no, this was a decent match. That's all I really got to say about it.
The one thing I would say is I would love Powerhouse Hobbs to jump ship, man.
Yes.
I was thinking the same thing.
And I look at him and I look at Big E and I'm like, could you imagine? Could you imagine what they would do as a tag? Oh my God.
Well, or just to add to that, how about adding Obafemi?
Oh my God.
Dude.
Listen, that's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of
man meat right there. Arby's, move over.
Ooh, we got the meats.
They got the meat, yeah.
Man.
That could be their catchphrase. Make sure you just acknowledge us, please.
Yes.
But yeah, that's definitely a thing. He's getting the Wardlow treatment, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's sad.
It is. It truly is. But next match, Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander for the TBS Championship. Again,
I feel sorry for Chris Statlander, man.
Me too. What the fuck?
Another Thunder Rosa, bro.
Yeah.
She can't get over.
Legit. Yep. I mean, during the whole match, Chris Statlander was taking everything that Mercedes Moné was giving her.
Yeah.
Taking out of everything, looking like Superwoman. And then finally, Mercedes gets the win. Again, defends for the TBS title. It happens almost. This is like almost MJF, where you know what the fuck's going to happen with Mercedes Moné. It's like she's going to have a solid match with whoever she's fighting against. She's going to bitch and whine and complain to the referee during the whole match. Or whoever she's fighting against is going to be top notch to her. And then all of a sudden she does the match and gets the win.
Yeah.
That's just how Mercedes has been in AEW, and it's the same thing.
It's the
same
thing.
Her 11th title defense.
Yes.
Well, who's
Dynamite? Dynamite, she only defended it 10 times.
Oh, God.
Well, who do you guys think is worthy enough to beat Mercedes Moné? And I'm not talking about because it's Mercedes Moné, but who is worthy enough to hold this title?
I think Willow Nightingale. I'm a big fan of hers.
No, I absolutely agree with you. But this is what I would do with Willow as storytelling wise. I would tear her down. I would have her on a bad losing streak. I would have her just getting run through, and then start building her up again. This is the comeback story. This is the comeback time, and have Mercedes when they say, "Yo, you're at the back of the line. You're not on my level. I am the CEO. You need," and have Mercedes go and beat these other women with the roll-ups, with the dastardly stuff, and have Willow just come on a money train of wins. And then at your biggest show of the year, have Willow defeat the CEO. That's how you got to do it. That's storytelling 101. You got to build up your hero, but you got to make your villain monstrous too. So you could be like, yo, who's going to come in and save us from this evil woman? And
she is evil.
And that's the thing that they're struggling with. They are struggling mightily with AEW with the storytelling.
Yes. That's the AEW's biggest flaw, and that's what we've been saying for numerous episodes of this show.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just AEW's problem.
Yeah,
It is.
they want to be a wrestling show so bad and just be about wrestling. Well, you know what? You can get away with that in the indies because not everybody's going to show up to every indie show when you're traveling around the country. But when you're on television and everybody has access to you, you got to develop stories, people.
Yeah, because especially if you got avid watchers that watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm sorry. I always said it. Wrestling is a men's soap opera. They want to see, okay, how did it get to this point, you know, or, oh, wow, we'll throw out Cody's story, you know. We all know what Cody's story was, and we wanted, and it's like we went through that story with him, you know, so we felt that. In AEW, they don't do that. It's like, oh, here's a match for you guys to see. You guys will love it. Wait, what?
It doesn't make any sense.
Why would we love it? For what?
Right.
Rick, I got to ask you, though.
Yes, sir.
Because it's been a while. What do you think about Mercedes Moné's piped in CEO chants?
I mean, I love it. I love it because, again, that is what she's doing. She's out here to let everybody know who she is, and she's going to have this piped in noise because, again, what you have to understand, when I look at Mercedes Moné, I see a sociopath, right? You see somebody that's all full of themselves, that sees themselves as this goddess and the boss, the CEO, the top of the food chain, right? Of course, she's going to need people to be chanting it. And because she's such a dastardly heel, ain't nobody going to be chanting CEO, bitch. So you got to pump it in. And you know what? She got the Monet to do it. Right? She got the money to do it. So you got to understand. And that's why, like, when I've been listening to you guys, I'm like, are they getting it? I get it. Personally, she's like, she did the wrong thing in WWE. I totally agree with you. But what she does in the ring is spectacular. And what she's doing, and the thing is, maybe she's an evil genius. Maybe she is blending reality with the wrestling world. And we're getting a little bit of the real Mercedes. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the girl is money. She brings people in.
She's too much money. She's too much money.
$5 million, baby.
Too much money. Jesus. Okay, here's the thing.
I thought Clay puked there for a second.
Oh my God, make me sick. Make me
how things have
sick.
changed, Clay.
Shit. I'll tell you what. You talked to me about 5 years ago, maybe not even that. Maybe about 3 years ago. I would probably agree with you.
Yep.
But here's my thing. If she was this big badass heel that she claims to be, she wouldn't have to need the pipe ins.
That's
Fans
true.
would be booing the shit out of her.
But that's why
there's no fucking reaction to whenever she comes out of the ring or out to the ring if she's heel or babyface. And I've seen it time and time again with fans just sitting there like, God, we got to listen to her now. And that's the thing is like, there's nothing of her besides, and her in-ring work, I will say, is talented. But you can say the same thing about Ricochet.
Of course. Yes.
You can say the same exact thing.
The difference is Mercedes is money. She got the look, she got the attitude, she got the swagger. That's what it is, man. And again, all great sociopaths are just full of themselves. So she doesn't care. She don't care if she gets cheered. She don't care if she gets booed. She got to just walk the walk and talk the talk and just keep on keeping on. You don't have to worry about any of that other nonsense because at the end of the day, in her mind, she's her only world, and that's all she has to worry about. And again, that's what I'm saying. The lines may be blurring. Maybe she really is a sociopath out there in the real world. Maybe she is full of herself. But you know what else she's full of? Money. $5 million. You know what I'm saying? She's full of money, bro. She got a large contract, and she pulled one. Listen, we were all bashing Kevin Nash and Scott Hall years after they stole money from WCW. So listen, at the end of the day, you got to respect the hustle. Also respect what she does in the ring. And we also got to remember, like, we've been put behind the curtain a lot lately, right? We've peeled back that curtain, that Wizard of Oz style. We're seeing that the wrestling business is a lot more fugazi than we thought it was. But we also have to understand that we have to just sit back and remember, hey, this is a TV show. I know we got access to a lot of other stuff and social media and their personal lives, but we got to also remember, hey, she's playing a character right now on this TV. What she does in her personal life, let her do in her personal life. And if she's making money, I gotta respect the hustle. And she's producing in the ring. But like I said, I would love for her to lose. But let's give her a worthy opponent where we build that story for her downcome.
Who do you?
Can we say that word? Downcome?
Downfall.
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 Listen, downcome. Listen, her downcome. That's what we're talking about. Her downcome. All right.
Hey, we've created words on this show before. We'll add that to the list.
That's going to be added to the list. Is downcome. Hell yeah, she is. But who do you think is a worthy opponent for her?
I agree with you guys. I agree with you with Willow. And I think Willow has that personality where if you get people to feel bad enough for her and support her, which she does have a lot of support, but again, you've got to make Mercedes Moné so unlikable, like hated and loathed and disrespectful. You got to really make her hated, and you got to make Willow look so like you want to just please let Willow win. You gotta be there, and you want to just come on. We'll help you, Willow. That's what you need. You need the sympathy aspect for her. So that's what I think. I totally agree with Willow as being.
I have a way to make you hate her even more.
There you go. What's it?
How's that?
She already has 2 belts, right?
Yeah.
At Wrestle Dynasty, she won the Rev Pro title. Now she has 3 belts.
Oh, that's right. She beat Nina again.
There you go. That's it.
Way to add to that ego.
Yes. So have the CEO with a big ego.
Well, we're a bunch of AEW haters. I'm gonna say something nice about Mercedes. Okay.
Oh.
She has not always, but she has better matches outside of AEW. Because I've seen some of her matches in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There you go.
But I think why she has better matches in AEW is the crowd difference from Japan, because we all know how the crowds in Japan can be.
Yeah.
And she is a person that wrestles that feeds off the crowd.
Yeah.
And if she's not getting that from Japan, then she's just like lost in the sauce. And that's a tough crowd. We've always said it. Japan is one of the hardest crowds to get over with. And
some of the matches that I've seen were in Japan. The ones that she's had better matches outside of AEW.
Wow.
All right.
So back to the match.
The CEO did that.
I know, right?
No shit. That's something else. But that was a solid match. I will say that.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes from here with her title reign.
Yeah.
I'll make a bet with you, Clay.
Oh.
All
right. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna write this down.
Let's make a bet.
By year's end, you're gonna be chanting CEO at some point.
No. There's no way. I don't think I got it in my heart to do it.
It's written on the iPad.
There you go.
Well, it's official now.
It's official.
It's
Adam
official.
Pearce. Or Ben Pearce, actually.
There you go. But we're going on to the next match with Okada versus Will Ospreay in the finals for the Continental Championship. This was a solid match. I think it would have went better if they didn't have a match previously, which totally understand that. But these guys still put out a great match. Will got his ass beat in the first match, and it showed. He didn't shower, nothing, still had blood on him. I love that effect.
Yes.
I love that he kept that just for, wrestling perspective. And he was ready for it. Now, these two had a solid match overall with Okada getting the win, and he retains. The match was going great, and the final is where I had a problem. Here's my thing. You went through this whole tournament for a couple months, and still Okada retains the title. It's like, why did you go through all that just for him to retain his title?
That's like the G1. You have the champion in the G1.
Right. I'm
Why?
not saying he shouldn't have won because it's okay. I like Okada. I really do. And I do like his title reign. But why go through this whole tournament just for him to retain? When Will Ospreay could have won.
Well, yes, you're right. But like Elio just said, that's what they do in the G1, right? Where they have this guy that's the champion in the tournament. So again, they're trying to add this Japan style so they can bring that audience over to AEW. Because again, AEW is not going to get a big audience, the big audience like the WWE has in the United States. Let's speak the facts of the facts,
not
right?
Not going to happen.
But maybe we can get that Japanese fan base and try to bring them over and show them, well, this is what's happening here. And I think that's exactly what they've done. And Okada has won the G1 before, so it just seems like that's what they're trying to do. We're going to have a long-ass tournament because, I remember Elio used to talk about all the time how he has to stay up and watch G1 tournament. And it was just a long-ass thing. And at the end of the day, I think that's what AEW is going for. They're just like, okay, well, we're going to just give you a bunch of great-ass matches for this tournament, and we're going to show you why Okada is the champion. And now this makes me ask you, is AEW championship worthy compared to Okada's championship?
It's getting to that point.
Right? Like, which is your heavyweight championship now?
It's in a suitcase, locked away. You don't see it.
Right?
It's like,
it's better than being locked away in a backpack.
Well, who even knows? No shit. Who even knows if it's in the suitcase or not? Hell, Moxley could just carry a suitcase around without the fucking title.
So dumb.
Right? You're supposed to be presenting that shit. But anyway, we're not talking about Moxley.
Not yet.
Not yet. But still, it's like I don't know. The Continental Classic. They're getting this whole tournament around it, and the AEW title's just it's there, sure, whatever. I get what you're saying though.
Yep.
But now, who comes out to present the Continental title to Okada? The return of Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was. I'm glad to see Kenny Omega back. I really am. I missed him. So, we'll see if there's a rivalry with that. I'm not real sure. We know about the past rivalry with Okada and Omega.
Yep.
So I guess we'll see what goes from there.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you have to do that. Like, you just sold it right there. Like, that's what's going to happen, and it has to happen, and you have to deliver it. You cannot tease us, and you cannot have it go on for a year of, is it going to happen? Because you had them in the ring together. You had them hand the belt. Like, come on. You know it's going to happen, guys. Let it happen.
Definitely.
It's true.
Yes. And the main event for the AEW World Championship. Jon Moxley versus Adam Page versus Orange Cassidy versus Jay White. Well, this is a decent main event. I am not the biggest fan of Fatal 4-Ways because it's still all over the place, like we've said. Same thing with triple threat matches.
Yeah.
And it was just, like I said, it was just all over the place with guys throwing themselves all over the place, doing their moves.
It's hard to follow. You have inside.
It is. And especially like that, like Elio just said, it's hard to follow what the Continental Classic just did. And, and Hangman having a decent outing, and so was Jay White. You kind of saw a little bit of storyline with that going on. You had Jon Moxley with Orange Cassidy. This was just a solid match overall with Death Riders getting involved. Then you had, let's see who else we had. That was about it, I think. Oh, and Yuta getting involved also. It was good. Moxley ended up retaining the title here. Then after the match, FTR comes out to go after the Death Riders. And the return of Adam Copeland. What the fuck? Why can't you just keep Adam Copeland?
Is he hanging around with Chris Jericho?
I don't know, man.
Doesn't Chris Jericho do that? He trademarks names.
Yes. Yeah. That's true. I would have been better off for me if he went out like Ledge or something instead of
Ledge.
It's better than Cope.
Ledge.
Ledge.
He said Ledge.
Why not?
Wedge.
The rated R superstar Ledge. But you'll have the rivalry with Cope and FTR with Death Riders. we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to say it's going to be great. It's just one of them things that I'm like, okay, I see kind of what they're doing here, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, they tried it with Rick's boy Punk with FTR.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And now they're having it with Cope.
Yeah, I think FTR is just getting passed around to all the veterans because they have that veteran style and they just fit in with a lot of the vets. But I will say this about the Rated R Superstar Cope. There is, and this is what's this right now, Josh Sanders. I'm in your ears right now, and I want you to hear what I'm about to say. Listen. There is no hope in Cope, and I will tell you, and I will tell you why.
Shit.
Adam Copeland is a pedestrian without WWE. And let's be real. Be real. WWE protected that man for a very long time. And what did they do with Christian? Go ahead, Christian. Go do what you got to do. Find yourself. And what did he do? He found himself in TNA. Came back, won the ECW championship, won the World Heavyweight Championship. And then they said, oh, go ahead, leave again. Then he came back after retiring, came back to WWE, and they said, yo, go ahead. And what did he do? He found himself in AEW again. It's become one of the greatest heels of this generation, and it's showing you that. And what has Edge done since? He came back. He was Edge. He tried to do the whole what's that group called?
Judgment Day?
Judgment Day, yes. Yeah. He was with the Judgment Day. Got kicked out right away. Didn't work. Came back, and then it's like, we got nothing for you, Edge. Well, then I'm going to go venture off at AEW. And what do we get since then? Nothing.
I mean,
nope.
What did he break? What was it that he broke? His broken ankle or broken?
Yeah.
No, it's tibia, some shit.
Oh, it's tibia, yeah.
Listen,
he jumped off of the top of that cake.
Yeah.
So, oh, yeah. But
52 years old.
Exactly. Because why? Why? You think WWE would have let him do that?
Hell no.
No, because they've always protected Edge, right? Yeah. Edge has always been protected by the WWE. That's why he never left, because he had everything he needed in the WWE. And when he did, he's drowning, ladies and gentlemen. And now you're sticking with FTR because you hope maybe FTR can give him that old brood kind of mentality where Edge is the leader, you know, because he tried it with Judgment Day and it didn't really work for him either. Mm-hmm. So when you really look at it, and I've always said it, Christian was always the better one of the two. I love Christian. But really think about it. Is Edge as good as we say he is, or was he just protection from the WWE? Was he always coddled? You know, it's just something to think about. You don't have to answer right now. Just think about it.
Damn. Yeah. Classic Rick.
I'm stirring the pot.
That you are.
Yeah, I just can't wait for the emails that's going to come in for that. Ooh, Jesus Christ.
God dang. Now, especially from Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's probably steaming.
Josh is probably tearing his hair off right now.
Oh, man.
Jesus. All right. So, overall for AEW's World End, what do you guys think?
I thought it was solid. Honestly, I'll give it a B.
I'm going to give it a B+.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a B+. Elio.
I'm there. I'm going to give it a B+.
All right, Rick.
I'm gonna go with a B. I think we had a lot of good moments. I think we could have had some better moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, a B is solid for them. Solid.
Yeah. All right. So there's your World's End pay-per-view review. Now I got a clip to play y'all, and guess what time it is? It's time for the bro count.
Oh, God damn. Here we go.
Elio, you ready to do this bro count?
I'm ready.
All right. Now, basically what this is, if you don't understand what the bro count is, I don't know what to tell you, first of all. Second of all, it's about Vince Russo. Now, he's voicing his opinion about Jim Cornette. So he's basically
boy.
responding back to Jim Cornette, and this is what he had to say.
Cornette has made you a character, especially in recent years. The way he talks about you, and look, nobody dislikes you more than him.
First of all, bro, let's be honest here. Okay, I don't have 1 ounce of ill will towards Jim Cornette. Okay, bro, I know why Jim Cornette dislikes me. I mean, really, it's twofold. Bro, I told you early on about how people feel about New Yorkers. Jim Cornette hates New Yorkers, hates New York, hates New Yorkers, hates the entire East Coast. Okay, so there's that. I'm working with a guy from the South now who absolutely hates New Yorkers. Here I come with this thick, heavy accent. I am who I am. So that's number one. Bro, number two, at the end of the day, at WWE and TNA, I was chosen over Jim Cornette twice. Okay, now, bro, if the shoe was on the other foot and Jim Cornette was chosen over me, I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to ask myself, why, Vince? Like, why did they go with Cornette and not you? I would have looked at myself, but in Jim Cornette's mind, that was my fault. Whatever it is I did to get Vince McMahon and Dixie Carter to choose me over him was underhanded. Whatever, because it couldn't have been Jim's flaws, that he was very set in his ways and very difficult to work with. It couldn't have been that. It had to be something Vince Russo did. So that's where all this stems from. And then, of course, bro, he's turned it into folklore, like where, bro, do you know, I actually, Jim's big on, the old timers and the Cauliflower Alley Club and all that, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I even said, bro, let's go online, pay-per-view online. Let's have a one-on-one debate. Let's charge X amount of dollars. Every single penny goes to the Cauliflower Alley Club. I have no problem confronting you face to face. I don't want a penny from this. And you've got some old time wrestlers really down on their luck that could probably use a few dollars. He outright refused. Why did he refuse, bro? Because it will kill his gimmick. That's why he refused. To me, whether it kills your gimmick or not, if you love wrestling so much and you love those that built wrestling so much and you financially can raise money for these wrestlers, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
All right. First of all, what was the bro count, Elio?
9.
9? I thought it was like 10 or 11.
I got 10.
Did you?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he kind of was like the and
Yeah,
you kind of heard it.
he threw a little breath.
There were a couple of half bros there.
Half bros. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, 9.5. 9.5.
9.5. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys think of his comment, though?
First of all, when has Jim Cornette ever said that he hates New Yorkers? Even the fact that he hates on the East Coast, like that's never been really a thing. And for two,
say that.
No. And for two, here's my thing. This whole, you want to have a one-on-one face-to-face, dude, if you're worried about taking that money and giving it to the pro wrestlers and all that, that's great. Great thought. But that money will go right to your funeral. Because if you have a one-on-one with Jim Cornette, that ain't going to happen. It will not last long. Jim Cornette hates your guts. I won't ever see that happening. I don't, especially with Jim Cornette sitting right by him. I don't think that's going to happen ever. I mean, this is my thought.
I can say this. I don't know what Jim Cornette hates. Right. I think my New York accent is very nice. Well, you know what? I moved upstate New York, and they don't think it's very nice. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this much. I don't care. And you know what else I don't care about? I don't care what Jim Cornette hates. Because you know why? Because I know what Jim Cornette loves. And he loves professional wrestling. And this guy has put every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears into this business that he loves and he cares for it. And he's willing to do anything to protect it. when all Vince Russo has done is put things into it to reject it, to make things worse at the other end. You know what happened in the wrestling business when Vince Russo came in? We got the Attitude Era. Yeah, we got a moment where
which he takes credit for.
Which he takes all the credit for. But you know what else I looked at? It was also the demise of innocence. Now, I might get a lot of hate for this, but I did not really like the Attitude Era as much as the other wrestling fans out there. Now, I've been a wrestling fan my entire life, and I've gone through a lot of different generations, and I honestly think the Attitude Era was one of the worst, and that is my opinion. That is my POV. And I think what it did was it took away the innocence of the fans, right? We took some things and we changed it up. And you know what? I had to grow up at some point, and I had to see things differently, and I saw a lot of boobies and a lot of suckets and a lot of different things going on in the wrestling business. I was like, wait a second, what is it? But and when we talk about the Monday Night Raw on Netflix, I'm going to talk about a little bit about this as well. But again, we're taking away the innocence of the young wrestling fans. We're taking away the wholesomeness of a family program with this Attitude Era. And what did Vince Russo do after that? Well, he spit on everybody and slapped everybody in the face when he made David Arquette a champion, when he made himself the champion. And when he went to TNA, what did he do? He teamed up with Hulk Hogan, and they made TNA a square when it was a 6-sided legendary ring and had one of the greatest runs ever. So
they tried to recreate the Attitude Era in TNA.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did.
And what did he do? He did what he always does. He got fired. So, bro, at the end of the day, I don't claim you. I would rather claim Jim Cornette, even if he hates me for being a New Yorker. Because that guy knows what he loves, and I have nothing but respect for people who know what they love, and they're about what they love. So this guy's a poet, bro. Write this shit down.
Well, I mean... But even the fact that he's trying to make money off of this, even though he said that, you know, that the proceeds will go to that
Cauliflower Alley Club.
Yeah,
so full of shit.
I think he's full of shit. I think he just wants money out of this, and you know,
someone who loves wrestling. He doesn't love wrestling. He loves himself.
Exactly. He does.
He loves himself.
He loves, the only thing he loves is the stuff he created that's taking credit for.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right. Any final thoughts on that before we take a break? We're gonna do listener emails after the break. So
basically, I'll say it once. I'll say it again. Fuck Vince Russo.
But don't worry. I'm pretty sure we'll get more material.
Yeah.
I third that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's supposed to be right.
Hey, what are you doing? Listen.
First day back, you're taking the stick.
I know, right?
Well, I third that.
There you go. I fourth that. Jesus Christ, I always fuck that up.
Don't give him too many THs, guys.
That's right. All right. We got to take a quick pause for the cause, but when we come back, we got listener emails and This Week in Wrestling.
Hey, I'm only doing this promo because my great friend Ruby Soho told me to do it. Hey, make sure you guys tune in to the Wrestling POV podcast, all right? These guys have everything you need to know about the world of professional wrestling. And I'm talking about Tony Diaz, Clay, and my boy Leo. Hey, make sure you tune in once again to the Wrestling POV podcast with my boy Tony Diaz, Clay, and Leo. And trust me, those guys know how to swerve when you drive and you swerve when you drive. Hey, tune in, my friends.
Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. Listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Hi, I'm WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, also known as the Queen, and listen to Wrestling POV podcast and always do it with Flair. Woo!
Hey guys, this is Kevin Owens. Make sure to listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. Take it easy, guys. You know, maybe I'll end up on your show one day, who knows. But if I do, I'll probably end up taking the whole thing over, and then it won't really be your show anymore. So maybe it's not a good idea. Who knows? We'll see how that works out.
And we are back in Crime Wrestling POV every Friday on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Pandora, Amazon, and Amazon Music. And you can also follow us on TikTok at wrestling.pov.pod. Now, Tony said get this week in wrestling.
All right, but before we get into that, it's time for listener emails. You guys ready?
Yes.
Either.
All right, this one is from JetFan93. He said, hey, POV, or WPOV, my question is, do you see a collaboration of TNA wrestlers joining WWE? Love the show, fan for life. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much.
What do you guys think?
I can see it with their partnership kind of with NXT in a way. The dark side. I can, yeah.
Dark side shit.
The dark side, yeah. I can kind of see that happening with, like Jordan Grace. I could see it also happening with Nick Nemeth coming back eventually, and I could see a bunch of guys and gals coming from TNA to WWE at some point.
We were talking a while back about whether how he would return, if he returned, what he would go by, Nick Nemeth or Dolph Ziggler. So the other day I was watching I came across a YouTube video from FCW.
Mm-hmm.
It was Chris Jericho doing an in-ring segment with Joe Hennig and Nick Nemeth.
Oh, that's another one that might.
So he had Nick. So he went by Nick Nemeth in Florida Championship.
Oh,
yeah!
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Shalu Kamari from New York said, hey, guys, what do you think of a storyline between the House of Black versus the Wyatt Six?
Dream match.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That would be a great match.
I have to agree with that. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think that storyline. But you know what? I think that needs to be a cinematic type match.
Absolutely.
I think. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then, because they both, very odd characters in itself. You know what I'm saying? So I think having it as a cinematic match, I think that would work.
I think it would work well. And not to say, I'm not trying to sound like a WWE fanboy here.
But you are.
I am. But it needs to happen in WWE. It really does. If this were to happen, the House of Black needs to be in WWE.
Yeah.
To make it work.
That's
AEW,
true.
honestly, would just
with Brody Lee.
With Brody King?
Brody King.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I got you.
I think when it comes to that, I just don't know if I think it works. And
why is that?
I want it to work, but I look at House of Black and they are very sinister, right? Yes. And then you have the Wyatt Six, who's very psychological, right? It's like one of those psychological thrillers. They're going to push you along and drag things out and mess with your mind to the point where you get psycho. Does that work with somebody like the House of Black, who's very sinister and like they're just like, we're gonna attack you, or we're just gonna beat you down, kind of thing? I'm guessing what I'm saying is, do the speeds of the two teams mesh well together?
I think so.
I think it would.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because House of Black, with their little vignettes that they do, it's kind of similar to what the Wyatt Six does. Except the only difference is that Wyatt Six's segments or vignettes, they're more, like you said, psychological, but also terrifying.
Yeah.
With House of Black, they're more of a dark venue type group.
Yep.
And they're the ones that speak, and they don't make it really, psychological. They're more, like you said, they're going to go out there and
sinister
beat your ass.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then it's definitely a heel on heel kind of thing, and it's definitely. I mean, there can't be no baby faces here.
No.
I mean, it has to be like just an all-out war. It has to be what we wanted with like the Shield versus the Wyatt family. Like we wanted that, wasn't it? Didn't they have that match at like Survivor Series or something like that?
Yeah.
And we wanted it for like a Mania because we felt like they could have built it up to something better. So it can't be something like that that's rushed.
Yeah.
So it would
correct.
have to take its time, and it would have to be a all-out thing. I think I convinced myself by you convincing me.
There you go.
Oh shit! All right, Lindsay 605 Trouble said, "Hey guys, well, Rampage is over, thank God. Do you think the start of? Do you think this is the start of a downfall for AEW?"
Yes, I do. And I've said this from the beginning. It's going to be a sinking ship. Rampage should have been done a long time ago just because it was an hour show on a Friday night. Like it didn't work out. It never really did.
I did like the way the final episode ended.
Oh, really?
Because the way it ended, John Moxley went into the production truck, and he was like taking over, and he talked into the camera. He was yelling into the camera. He said, "Rampage is dead," and then he's like, "Cut the feed," and then it went to black.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, which is sad because I don't think anybody saw it except for you.
They smashed over.
No. Elio saw it, and his brother Leo saw it also.
That's right. That's right.
I did see it, and Leo did watch it as well.
Who the fuck is Leo? What the fuck was that, bro?
Oh damn.
Oh, that's.
No, but it was
I mean,
good because they had like a big brawl in the ring, and they smashed the equipment that controlled the lighting. So
That
the
is
arena
cool.
was in the dark.
Yeah. But you see that right there, that's realism, right? You're bringing a realistic aspect, but then what do you do after that? Because you can't just leave it at that. You got to do something, right? You got to talk about it on Dynamite. You got to, like, something has to happen.
And there was no mention of it at all.
Christ.
You had a good story. You could have had a good story.
Yep.
But yet AEW. There you go.
Yep.
And
Jeez.
the same thing you could say about Collision too. It's like the
Yeah.
matches are predictable. It's like I hate to say it, but it's like AEW with their storytelling, with their matches going, it's a sinking ship. Slow sinking ship, but it's gonna happen.
What they did was they wanted to be WWE 40 years in 2 years. You know, like you start adding 4 shows. No, WWE didn't have 4 shows, right? We had Saturday Night Main Event once a month, once every couple. Like it wasn't like that. And then all of a sudden, then we got a weekly episodic show in Monday Night Raw. And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, we get SmackDown, right? Build into it. Build your empire with stone and mud. Don't put sticks together and say, hey, we got a Coliseum here. No, it's going to fall over when the big bad wolf comes. And the big bad wolf came all over. Hey, what? No, that's it. That was all wrong.
Whoa. I was going to say.
Hey, you did the drop cum there.
Oh, damn. Jesus.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
All righty. Art Lansco from Michigan said, hey, guys, what are your thoughts on the Jade Cargill attack?
I mean, nothing has really happened yet since she did get attacked. There wasn't really a mention of who done it.
I'm going to throw another name out there.
What's that?
We were all saying Jack Belair. What did we see with Charlotte Flair?
Ooh.
But why would she attack Jade?
Jealousy.
Jealousy?
Maybe
she's only had one confrontation with Jade, and that was when Jade first got there, and it was a little backstage segment in the back where they both were like face to face, but that was it. You know, nothing really was out there to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I feel like at this point it can't be somebody we're predicting. It can't be somebody predictable. It might have to be somebody that is not on the roster right now. It might just have to be because at this point, what happens if it is Naomi? What's Jade is gonna beat her, right? We know that. Like it has to be something that's unpredictable and somebody that maybe that can keep up with Jade. Or maybe somebody that teams up with Charlotte as their bodyguard, you know, like something like that. Maybe it was Charlotte and her bodyguard, whoever that person may be. But it can't be. I feel like it can't be Naomi. It's too predictable. right?
Yeah.
Or Bianca. Yeah, it can't be those two.
Yeah.
It had and you know what you do though, because I feel like if Jade does come back, she gotta be a heel where she's seeing, wait, Bianca and Naomi, y'all just forgot about me, right? And now you're gonna get the sympathy because she gonna beat the hell out of them both. She's definitely gonna do that. So I think this is the rise of Jade Cargill, but it has to be somebody we're not seeing. So we'll see.
To make it interesting.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Joe Taylor Ward from Cincinnati said, looks like the fans have spoken. Dominic should have won a long time ago.
Thank you. Yes.
100%.
Right? Jesus,
That's what
man.
we've been saying the whole time.
But it took what? 7 matches?
At least.
Christ.
At least.
It's a steel cage.
Yeah, in the steel cage. Go figure that shit out.
Oh, and I've been waiting 156 episodes to say this. Josh Sanders, you're a hooker? What?
Yes, he's a hooker.
He truly is. He
is a hooker. He said straight up that he was a hooker. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Sam Kingston from Ohio said, hey, guys, I have to agree with you guys. AEW is getting hard to watch. Geez, I also want them to succeed, but damn, they make it really hard to watch.
That's what we're saying.
That's what we've been saying. That's what we've been saying. Bruce Lynn from Japan said, hey, guys, but how the hell you pick Faxium for Tag Team of the Year? Please explain yourself.
NXT had him as Tag Team of the Year for him.
Pretty much. Yeah. But wait, didn't we vote?
We did.
We did, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we came up with Fax. We all decided Faxium. Well, maybe that's it. So, like, I don't fucking know.
Somebody listen to us.
Yeah. Allison Phillips from Los Angeles, California said, hey, POV, well, the New Day is a heel team now, so what happens to Big E?
You know, and I hate to say this, I don't think Big E is going to get back in the ring. I truly don't. Just with the whole neck injury. I mean, if he was going to, he'd probably try. I mean, he'd at least get in the ring, you know, a couple of Raws ago, maybe go after him at some point, but he's still on the commentating. Like, the whole neck injury thing, the way that it happened, I just don't see Big E coming back in ring.
I think he should just take care of his health more. That's more important than getting back in the ring.
Yeah. But why would they start? Why would they start bringing him back then?
That's my point.
You know why? Because it is Royal Rumble season, ladies and gentlemen. It is Royal Rumble season. And again, this is why the writers in the WWE are just a little bit smarter than those at AEW. Because, we brought him back. And now look at us. Why would they bring Big E back and not put him in the ring? Why is he still doing commentary? Because at the Royal Rumble, when that clock hits 0 and the New Day is in the ring beating people up and they hear those weights drop, Big E's coming.
Big E's coming. Think so?
I think so. And I think he's going to take them out and he's going to eliminate himself and just beat them down. And that's going to be his focal point. We'll see. Maybe in the next couple of weeks we hear New Day bring him up a couple more times. I think that's going to lead to it.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be at the Rumble, and I will say this because I am so excited about going to it.
Yes, sir.
That roof will blow off the fucking Lucas Oil Stadium if Big E's music hits. Like, no joke. I would love to see it. But I don't see it at the same time.
I see what you did there.
It's wishful thinking. It is. And I love you for it.
It's Rickful thinking.
Don't think it's. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying I hate it.
Listen, this is all I need from you. When Big E comes out during that Royal Rumble, just do a video. Rick, you were right.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, I might be able to do that.
All right, John Kenny Bruce from San Diego, California says, hey, guys, I have to agree with you guys. Mercedes Moné has to give the worst promos. If you were a promoter, how would you tell Mercedes on how to improve her promos?
That's interesting. So I was a promoter, I wouldn't have her on the show. But anyway. No,
Damn.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's how I feel now. This is coming from the $50 man himself. But my thing is, with her promos, she does an okay promo, but here's my thing. And I know what you said earlier, Rick, about her big head, her ego, that sort of thing makes her character understandable. If she were to tone her ego down a little bit, I think that would help her with her promos. I really do. I think so. In a way, it shouldn't be all about her, and I get that's her character. But if she were to tone it down a little bit and talk more shit instead about herself, then I think that would improve her in her promos. That's kind of what I would do if I was a promoter and having her.
See, the problem is if you give her a mouthpiece, she's just gonna outshine the mouthpiece.
Exactly. Look what happened to Camille.
Yeah, you really can't do that. And then when you were talking about that, the first person that was just popping in my mind is the $1 Million Man. That's who she is. She just has your uncle, and she just has. Maybe you should give him a call every now and then. He misses you.
The long lost uncle.
But because he's a good friend of mine, and we talk all the time, and he talks about how you don't call him for family functions and stuff like that.
Damn.
But I see that, and when you think about it, like. All he did was really just talk about himself and how good he is and all that stuff. And it's just you can't put a mouthpiece with her. There's nothing you can do. And if you do tone her down, then what does she really have to say? Because we know at Sasha Banks, she wasn't a good baby face on the mic, right? She wasn't good on the mic at all. It was just her wrestling is what did this talking for her. But as a heel, and again, it kind of and I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but it kind of leads into her heelness only works if she's talking about herself. She can't do other than that. It's just cheap heat, and it's equivalent to cheap heat for her. Is all she knows how to do is be a heel is just talk about herself, and that's just an unlikable trait that a lot of people can relate to. Like, why does she keep talking about? And the thing is, 99% of the people hate people that just keep talking about themselves. Now I know that I don't keep talking about myself or anything like that. But yeah. So it's a tough call. Like you can't put a mouthpiece with her. She can't tone it down because if she tones it down, then she got nothing really to say. So what can we do to fix her? She's kind of stuck, and it's just it's kind of unlikable because like she hasn't been the kindest person in the world lately, and there's not. How do you fix it? Leave. Go to WWE. Or just mute her and just enjoy the wrestling.
That's it. That's all you can do. Shit. All right. Christian Sun for you from Los Angeles. Wow, a lot of California. Said, hey, Wrestling POV, my question is for Clay. You say that you was a Mercedes Moné fan. What changed your mind? Jesus Christ. This episode should be called fucking Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, no shit, right?
CEO.
Yeah, it's just her attitude. Yeah. It really is to me. It's just straight up with her interviews that she has done personally, the way she talks about herself, not just as a heel, and I understand where she's going with it with AEW, but outside the ring with her big ass head. What honestly she did with WWE, with Sasha and Naomi walking out like that, it just took a turn with me. Honestly, it's like, you know what? You say, and I'm a big Eddie Guerrero fan. Always has been, always will be. You were to tell me that you are such an Eddie Guerrero lover. Do you think, honestly, Eddie Guerrero would walk out as tag team champions and just say, hey, if I don't get my way, I'm gone? Bullshit. No. I'll tell you straight up, bullshit right there. And that's what turned her with me, is that you took your ball and you went home when you were still the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Right there.
And you risked everything for Naomi because Naomi is not at her level. So you just destroyed her, and Naomi had to crawl back and say, please, guys, I made a mistake.
I wasn't listening to Sasha. I just followed.
No, I don't want to be in TNA no more. They don't understand the glow.
But that all honestly, that right there is what was the major downfall with me. Now, her in-ring, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, she is a great wrestler in-ring. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Just her attitude is what messed up with me.
All right. Well, there you go. There's your answer.
Yes.
Jason Lin from China said, "Hey guys, what do you think of Raw on Netflix?" We're going to go over that, so just be patient with that. Mark Riley from Massachusetts says, "Hey fellas, what surprises you think will happen at the Rumble?"
Oof.
Like
I think a lot's going to go down at the Rumble.
I'm guessing he's asking about surprise wrestlers coming in. Yeah, surprise entrances.
I don't think they do that anymore because
it doesn't seem like it.
No, people already know. Like everyone that on the roster is pretty much going to be in the Rumble.
And the thing is, in that defense, it's kind of hard to do a surprise in 2025.
Yeah.
Everything around social media wise, with everybody knowing the dirt sheets and stuff like that, it's very, very, very hard to surprise now.
Yeah.
I truly think.
Yeah. I agree, though. I mean, it doesn't seem like any surprises been happening in the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick with Big E though. I think Big E's gonna be
that could be a good. That's a decent surprise right there.
That is.
I'm gonna say Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry, that would be a good one. What about for the women's?
Oh, women.
Jordan Grace.
I mean,
would that be?
That would be a surprise, but not as a big surprise because we've already seen Jordan Grace somewhat with NXT.
True,
but if she's permanent, then I would want her at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria.
That would be cool. Charlotte. I mean, even though
Charlotte,
we haven't seen her since the summertime.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Becky,
yeah,
Alexa Bliss.
Oh, women got a lot more potential
than the men.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Marvin Anthony from New York says, "Sup guys? Just a suggestion for the book, but can you put AEW in general in the book?" God damn.
I don't think the book is that big.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, that's true. We'll think of something, I guess. I mean, we did say that if any fans have suggestions for the book, that we would put it in there. So we'll think of something.
Okay.
We'll think of something. Alexis Dwan Burrell from Montgomery, Alabama, said, "Hey guys, question: who would you pick for a new 4 horsewomen?"
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So it was like current
from the current roster. Yeah, I would say Tiffany Stratton,
Rhea.
Mm-hmm. What's her name? Lyra Valkyria.
Okay.
And
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, Liv Morgan. Yeah, that's what I would say. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
that's not bad.
No. Shoot.
Well, I would listen for AEW. Mercedes Moné, Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, and Willow. Yeah,
Willow. That's not bad.
That's pretty good team.
Yeah.
There
you go. We gave you your answer. Kayla Zimbrowski from Georgia said, "Hey guys, do you think Jey Uso is ready for a title match against Gunther? Love the show. Keep up the great work. Funniest show on earth." Well, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
We try to be anyways.
Yeah. Here's my thing with Jey. And I know he's getting a big pop. One of the biggest reactions in WWE now. But I don't see him challenging Gunther yet. I really don't.
Okay.
It's not that he's not good enough, because he definitely is good. I could see him one day being a world champion. But he's not quite on that level as a world champion quite yet, in my opinion.
What do you think he's missing?
To me, it's more of like a dominant win record, kind of, in a way. Because I think Jey could hang with the best of them. I really could. But here's my thing is, like, when he goes into a match, there's part of times where he loses. He doesn't really show a dominant side to Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Now, when you think of a world champion, you see the dominance. You see them running over people.
Yep.
And I don't see that with Jey.
And what Jey Uso does allude to is an underdog champion. And the last underdog champion that I can really remember is Daniel Bryan. And I don't think Jey Uso is anywhere near Daniel Bryan. So I agree with you. I don't think he has it right now. I don't think and I don't think if you put him against Gunther, there's no way you could put him over. And if you do put him over, what next for him? Right? Because you can't see him maintaining that belt for long. And then it'll be like a Kofi-esque kind of run. Right?
I agree with that.
All right. So it's like, yeah, he's great and all. But my thing is, I think he's getting close to his ceiling. I don't know if he can break past that glass right now and get to that heavyweight level.
See, I think he had that momentum going, but I think what messed that up was when he teamed back with Roman.
Yeah.
And you kind of see it, and you kind of like understand why he would team back with Roman. But I think that messed with him being a singles champion.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, because then there's no talks about it again. He just got mixed up into the story, and now you're putting him against Drew and all that stuff, and you're just like, what? Wait, wasn't he just with? What's happening here? And where's this gonna go? Right?
Exactly.
It's tough because you want him to be good, but sometimes you're just a tag team wrestler, and that's not a bad thing.
No,
it's not.
No,
you're the greatest one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Like we are. In my opinion, I put the Usos up there with the greats, like the Hart Foundation, with Demolition, with Legion of Doom. I really do believe so, and I honestly think we should start chiseling their faces on that Mount Rushmore of tag teams.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I agree for sure. Marilyn Almeida from Brazil said, "Hey, WPOV, do you think the card on Monday Night Raw should have been for a pay-per-view like Royal Rumble or WrestleMania? For example, Rhea versus Liv and Roman versus Solo and CM Punk versus Seth."
I mean, you could see that going that way because
I think they were treating that Monday night
as a pay-per-view.
Like a PLE. The way they were promoting it.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like they had to do that because it's a big deal being on Netflix.
Yeah,
it really is, and they treated it that way. So,
we'll get into that when we get into this week in wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something that I'm really high on that I need to talk about.
Easy, Travis Scott. Easy now.
All right. Jordan Woods from upstate New York said, "Hey, guys, if there's one match you can watch over and over again, what would it be?"
Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, WCW Halloween Havoc.
That's a good one, but I have to go with Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat, WrestleMania.
That's a good one too. Yes,
that I can watch over and over again and still be amazed by it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, WrestleMania 10, and the SummerSlam match.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
What about you, Elio?
Yeah, Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, SummerSlam 91.
Oh my God! Yes.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I'll throw in one more. WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really would.
A good one.
When every man became a kid again.
Yeah. What about Mick Foley versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell?
Yes.
I can't watch that over and over again.
Poor Mick.
What the hell? That man went through hell.
Legit.
Like literally.
Man. Yeah.
All right, Yachty Feliciano from Long Beach, California. California, you know what? We fucking love you guys. Thank you all for fucking with all the love, man. Fucking appreciate it.
Absolutely.
She said, or he said, you know what? I ain't gonna go there. Said, "Hey guys, what are your thoughts on Hulk Hogan getting booed on Raw?"
I loved it. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Why not? There's the problem right here. All right, here's the thing. I'm not the biggest Hulk Hogan fan. I will say that. They did that in the wrong state. Because you honestly think that a state like California, I'm not going to go into detail like that,
politics.
Yes. Would cheer Hulk Hogan? You never would see it. And the reason coming out, getting booed like crazy, talking about his beer, talking about Netflix. I mean, it's Hulk Hogan. Yeah, he's part of WWE history, no matter what you say or what your opinions about him. I understand why they did it, but they did it in the wrong state.
Well, I would agree with you, but here's the thing: Undertaker has the same political views.
Exactly.
Tiffany Stratton got the same political views. You know, Randy Orton, same political views. They don't get booed. The thing is there's a difference between your political views and being a bigot, and that's the thing that people can't get over with Hulk Hogan. And Hulk Hogan stood on his toes. It was like, yeah, I said it, brother.
Yeah. But from what I found out, and this is from my daughter telling me this, is that one of the reasons why is because they were doing a commercial for the beer that he's sponsoring or whatever. And they had a black girl as a lead, and he didn't want her. He wanted a white girl.
Jesus.
That's like the most recent. Yeah.
And that just shows you, man. And then here's the thing, though. I don't know if I would be able to do that. I feel like I'm a pretty good talker. I don't think I would be able to stand there getting booed and still like, well, you know what? I teamed up with Andre the Giant, and he was trying.
He was trying
so hard.
Name drop to get. Oh yeah, so he got nothing. And poor Jimmy Hart back there with that American flag.
Man,
Jimmy Hart.
And the gifts that I seen was fucking hilarious. Like they had one of Hogan and Jimmy Hart, and they, of course, they do like the thought bubble and shit. It's like, man, they're booing Jimmy Hart like crazy, brother.
Or I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the memes also where there's an episode of SpongeBob and it's got SpongeBob and Squidward where they're like doing the talent show and stuff like that. They put Hogan's face on Squidward and then like John Cena, The Rock, Undertaker. It was all on SpongeBob, and the curtain keeps going back and forth. And back. It's like, boo, yay, boo, yeah. I'm like, oh, come on. The internet won. I'm just saying. The internet won.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So the video I saw, someone comment. No, the person, it was like, how dare you boo this man after all he's done for professional wrestling? He's given us some of the greatest matches. Yeah, everyone owes Jimmy Hart an apology, and they have.
I think that's the best one.
Yeah, I think we can finally put a date to it. January 6th, 2025, Hulkamania died.
Yep.
That's true. Yep. Because honestly, you cannot come back from that.
No,
he can't, and they can't bring him back. I'm sorry.
No.
I think that's the last time we'll ever see Hogan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, of course you feel a little bit bad, but then it's just one of those things that as you get older, you're just realizing like, yeah, we can remember how great he was, but you can't you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
True that.
He took that crest there. He squeezed it all out with all those racist comments, bro.
Exactly.
There's just no coming back from that.
Nope.
The red, the white, and the green.
That Aquafresh, yo.
Aquafresh.
Oh shit!
Holy shit! All right. Number one, Chile from New Mexico said, "Hey, WPOV, what are your thoughts on New Day's heel turn?" Well, we kind of talked about that, didn't we?
A little bit.
Yeah. So we don't have to get into that. But thank you for the email, though. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Dave Fleming from Woburn, Massachusetts says, "Hey, WPOV, so The Undertaker just basically did a drive-by on Raw. Laugh out loud." Yeah.
Honestly, that's all he really needed to do.
That's it.
What else would he have done?
And it's like Rick said, Undertaker had the same political views as Hogan, and they fucking popped big time for the Undertaker coming back.
But can I say this about Undertaker? He needs to be careful. He needs to be very careful because he always went by, I'm never going to do interviews. I'm not going to do all that stuff because I got to protect the business. I got to protect my character. And of course he retires and now he's like, well, what am I going to do now? People want to know all this stuff about me. And now he's out there and he's not looking the greatest with some of the things he's saying. So he needs to tread lightly, like Walter White once said. He needs to be very, very careful because I, as a huge Undertaker mark, am starting to be like, oh, okay, Taker. Be careful because you're saying things and because the people that are sitting across from you agree with you doesn't mean the world is going to agree with you. So just be very careful with how you say things and how you present yourself. And I'm not even talking about politics. I'm just talking about the stories you're telling about what you did in the business behind the scenes. Just be careful because I think you're doing a little bit too much. It's one of those things where you don't talk for a long time, and now all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, guys, I got a microphone in front of me. Wait till you hear this.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something, brother. All right. Ghost Runner 6 from Phoenix, Arizona said, hey guys, do you think NXT's women division is better than AEW's women division?
No.
No?
I'm gonna say that no. I think NXT has a few women that are really talented.
Yes.
I really do.
They have more new names in there.
Yes. Now, if we're talking as a whole, I think AEW has the slight edge just because they have experience.
Hope.
There you go.
The slight cope.
Yeah.
Almost like cope.
Yeah, right. But that's just my thing. It's like most of the NXT women are just starting out. Like some of these that they're bringing in have never been in the wrestling ring a day in their life. And they're just learning. And that's great. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But AEW has women that have been in the ring for numerous of years. Some back in WWE, some in TNA, some in ROH, and they've been around the block. So I'm just going to say that AEW women have that slight of edge over NXT.
Yeah.
Oh, you said edge.
It's
there you go.
It's AEW has the skill set.
Yes.
NXT has the developmental. That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
They are developing stars in NXT. AEW is taking stars to AEW. That's the difference. But they're not working well with those stars that they have. They don't know what to do with them because of the writing. And I'm going to stick to that with AEW.
Yeah.
Agree 100%. Yep.
All right, last one. Oh, God. Last one, and then we got to go to This Week in Wrestling. This one's from Mike Larson. Now, Rick, this guy has been really getting on us. So.
Oh, I've been hearing.
So he's from California also. He said, again, you guys proved to really hate AEW. AEW is the best wrestling company in the business. Their pops are off the hook. Jon Moxley would wipe the floor with anyone in WWE. And Mercedes Moné is the best female wrestler of all time. Stop hating on AEW already. I hear the sarcasm from Elio and Clay proves you don't know what you're talking about. Damn.
Wow.
Well, can I chime in?
Absolutely.
Now, here's the thing. First of all, Leo over here. Leo's little brother Elio is probably the wizard of wrestling. This guy knows wrestling like the back of his foot. This guy, listen, first of all, I've seen him suck his big toe, so he can get his foot up there. This guy knows everything about wrestling, and the thing about Elio is if you wanted to talk to him about wrestling, he's going to say how he feels about it, but the other great thing about Elio and Clay is that they're also great listeners, and they're going to hear you out. So if you got something to say it. But understand, you're going to get the feedback from us because that's just who they are, right? They're going to express themselves. They don't need to be sarcastic. They're going to be sarcastic because you sound sarcastic and you also sound condescending, which is a big word for Tony. But that is what it sounds like to me. Now, you have the right to your POV, right? That's what this whole show is all about. That's what this show was created for, is to get the POV of different people from different skill sets and different lifestyles. And when it comes to AEW, yeah, you're right. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné is one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. But the way she is being handled in AEW is not ideal. Now, Moxley probably could wipe the floor with a lot of people in WWE. I don't think he's doing it to Bronson Reed. I don't think he's doing it to Braun Strowman. You know, I don't think he would even do it to Brock Lesnar, right? I don't think there's a lot of people in WWE that he's not going to mop the floor with. But so what? Maybe he can. This is professional wrestling. This is storytelling. So if I want the Hurricane Helms to beat Moxley, it's going to happen, right? Just like in AEW where they want you to believe that Darby Allin could beat people. Or even better, just like they want you to believe that Hook can beat people. Right?
Legit.
That is what you need to understand. This is professional wrestling. These guys are not really trying to kill each other. They are telling stories, and that's the entertainment value of the business. And what you got to do is, instead of crapping on people's POVs and their opinions, you should embrace it because that is keeping the business going. And that right there is the difference between Jim Cornette and this other good dude, Vince Russo. That's what you need to understand. One guy is protecting the business and one person is tarnishing it. So instead of thinking like that, think about, hey, this is their POV. This is my POV. How can we come? Listen, I'm trying to convince Clay in a way about Mercedes Moné. I'm not bashing him. I'm not coming at him. I'm not hating on him. I love these guys, right? So I want him to understand, hey, once upon a time, you did look at her as one of the great wrestlers. Maybe her character and her personality has changed a little bit, but she's still the same wrestler. And he said on this show today how great of a wrestler she is. But personally, she's a jerk to him, and that's fine. And you got to stop coming at people. Embrace it. Yo, you've been on this show 3 weeks in a row now, right?
True that.
They don't have to do that. They don't have to read it, but they keep reading it because they want your voice to be heard. So just be nice, people.
There you go.
Sometimes it's kind of hard for them to be when they want to be trolls.
Oh, when you're behind a keyboard, you can do anything.
Exactly. Keyboard warrior. All right, so Clay, Elio, you want to respond to him?
No, Rick just said it perfectly there. It's like, you know what, this whole show, like he just said, it's POV. It's their, it's everybody's opinion. And that's perfectly fine. But also explain a reason why Jon Moxley could beat anybody else. Why Mercedes Moné could beat anybody else. Because for 3 weeks, brother, you've just been saying that. And it's like,
you just put up statements with no argument to back it up.
No. It's
but
like
the other thing is, why is that so important to you that they can't do that? Like, what?
Yeah. It's like, okay, that's
it's like I said. He called AEW haters. I said something nice about Mercedes. I said she has great matches outside of AEW. The matches I've seen in Japan.
And my thing is like we just went over AEW's World's End pay-per-view. Did we bash it a little? Did we have a good time?
We gave it a high rating.
We gave it a high rating. Yep. Right. We gave it a good show. If we were legit AEW haters, we would have shit on the whole fucking thing. Give it an F, give it a D, whatever.
That pay-per-view sucked.
Exactly.
I'd only give it a D if I had permission.
Right?
Oh my god.
But that's just the thing. And I hate it when people say, oh, you're hating on AEW. You're WWE fanboys. It's like, no, that's not the case. We are pro wrestling fans, and we always have and always will be that. If it's shit, we will say it's shit.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good, we will say it's good. I mean,
and that's the bottom line.
Because WPOV said so.
That's right. But thank you all for all those emails. I know we were a little backed up from it, so we had an overabundance of them, but we really do appreciate it. So keep on with the emails at wrestlingpov1@yahoo.com. And, of course, just like I just did, we'll read them on the air for you. All right, so let's go into This Week in Wrestling. Guys, what do you want to talk about first?
Raw? Let's get to the big one. Let's go to Raw.
Let's go to the big one. So let's start it.
All right, let's go ahead. Raw on Netflix. Now, this Raw has not. Here's my thing. It was so promoted with Netflix. You knew it was coming. Just everything with the celebrities, with the whole big show going on, and it was good. Yeah. It really was. From the start, you had Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. I'm surprised they started with this. It was a good match.
I thought it would have been the main event.
That's what I was thinking. Honestly.
But I mean, okay, the order I would have had Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre to open the show.
Right.
More CM Punk, Seth Rollins second, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and then Roman Reigns solo to close it out.
I can see that.
Well, I'm looking at it as I think this is supposed to be CM Punk's WrestleMania main event. I think that's what they try to do here. They try to hype it up to the level of a Mania. I think it fell short, but I think that was the deal for CM Punk. Hey, we're going to give you the Raw on Netflix. Did you guys know, by the way, that Raw was on Netflix for the first time? I mean,
I didn't know.
I heard something.
I heard it a couple of times, but yeah, I didn't even know.
Right.
Sarcasm.
You don't even have the T-shirt. Netflix gets Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hogan's T-shirt. But listen.
Yeah.
Listen. But the crowd for me did not work at all.
No, it didn't.
This was a crowd that was like handed to us as all these celebrities, like they weren't coming to the true wrestling fans. This was for the wrestling fans of one time that used to be wrestling fans, and they're trying to bring those people back, and they're trying to bring in Hollywood. And I just feel like the crowd wasn't there, because at one point during the Roman and Solo's match, he was about to do the concerto, and the crowd is chanting, "We want tables." When in the history of anything is a man about to do a concerto and we're chanting, "We want tables"?
Exactly.
It just
so is that why they did what they did to Rock? Because when he came out, I figured when he get the final boss, he will Rock. But that's not what we got at all.
No, and it should have been added to the story of Roman versus The Rock. If you're going to have this at Mania, I don't want to see nice Rock. I want to see the final boss Rock.
And
a lot of people did.
Yeah. Like you see the Rock. Hey, Cody Rhodes. By the way, one last thing. Say hello to Mama Rhodes. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes and The Rock are best friends now. Like, wait the fucking minute. Did you not see what happened last year?
Yeah. I honestly think The Rock was drunk. I'm gonna put it out there. I think he was drunk because the promo was a little sloppy. He was a little bit all over the place. He also said, "Finally, the WWE has come back to Netflix." He's like, "Oh no, fuck that shit." He's like, "Actually, The Rock he fucked up."
Mm-hmm.
The WWE didn't come back to Netflix; it came to Netflix for the first. So it's like, and he realized he fucked up. He's like, "Nah, fuck that shit." And actually, The Rock has come back. Like, he was a little bit all over the place. I think you got what you got. And after watching this match, and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't a fan of this Monday Night Raw. I really think I was pandering to a fan base that they're trying to bring back, and it was pandering to a crowd that never was. They want to bring these new people in, and they were like, oh, like bringing The Rock in and him being all that sloppy. I think it fell short. The match itself between Solo and Roman, this Bloodline story is done. It's done.
You think so?
Where can you go?
Well, you can't. Exactly what Rick said. You had The Rock be nice to Roman.
Yeah.
Give him the Mafala.
Yep.
Accept him as the tribal chief. How are you going to go back to, oh, well, The Rock's going to take Roman and blah, blah. You can't do that now. You fucked it up.
Well, not only that, a couple months ago when he showed up, He pointed at all three of them and did the fucking slit your throat sign.
Exactly. Where's that? Nowhere to be found. None.
And Solo, what's Solo going to do now?
Yeah.
You killed Solo's bloodline.
Yep.
He's
So
legit.
Mania has no story.
Nope.
No.
Royal Rumble has no story.
Nope.
Yeah. What now? And then Roman's not coming back till the 27th.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we're going to wait till January 27th. What?
And isn't that after the Royal Rumble?
No, Royal Rumble's February 1st.
Oh,
February 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll
So
be the
then,
week
all right.
of the
Yeah.
Rumble. Yeah.
So
I was reading they were planning Goldberg return on the 27th.
I saw that too. Don't.
What?
Yeah. The January 27th episode of Raw is supposed to be Goldberg's return.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Good Lord, man.
And I think the worst announcement was Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia 2026.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Yes.
When I heard that, I was like, we're not even through the first week of 2025, and I'm already mad.
Yes.
Like,
It's like
when I heard that, it's like, this is why we can't have nice things, because we have all these pay-per-views that we grew up with.
Yep.
And now you're gonna go and have one over there.
And one of the big 4 pay-per-views is Saudi before anywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've never missed one Royal Rumble from the very first one.
Wow.
I mean, are they planning on getting Titus O'Neil back? Because maybe I'll watch.
That could work. Yeah.
When he slid under that ring, bro,
Yeah.
that was the funniest thing ever, bro. And that was in Saudi.
Hell, he's probably still sliding.
Probably.
Actually, what was the point of that event? The greatest Royal Rumble.
Greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah.
We gave you a Royal Rumble. Why do you need this one?
Yep.
Exactly.
And
That is true.
guys, I looked it up because I had to make sure I was correct. They're going to be in Saudi up until 2028. So we got a couple more years. They're still on the contract.
wow.
They did that 10-year contract.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
did. Yep. Man.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so the rest of Raw, I mean, we got new women's champ, Rhea Ripley, and that was a good match. That was a good storytelling right there. And, of course, the CM Punk match versus Seth Rollins, that was a good match. I mean, it was just really good. I loved the whole story in that. So,
and now you're getting your evil 3 guys with Kevin Owens, Seth, and
Yeah.
Drew. So that's gonna definitely start brewing.
That'll be interesting.
That'd be, honestly, you think about it though, those guys could work a faction if they really needed to.
Oh yeah.
I think it could
Hell
work
yeah.
well.
Yep.
Very well. So
Absolutely.
Yep.
Let's go into SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton.
Oh wait.
Go ahead.
We do gotta mention Jey Uso and Travis Scott.
Oh Jesus.
And I'm gonna be honest.
Woof.
All right. What were y'all takes? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I legit was pissed off, and my wife was just like, "Why do you care so much?" I'm like, "What do you mean? He's literally smoking weed in front of kids.
Yeah.
And he's puffing the smoke."
I didn't like it.
All right, good. So I'm not the only one because that is very distasteful. That's very Vince Russo-esque. That is very Attitude Era-esque. That's very AEW-esque.
Yes.
Don't do that. You don't have to pander to the crowd. You would never have allowed
Not
that
like
in
that.
the past. Yes.
No.
And you would never have allowed that in the past. You don't have to allow that now. You should have cut away. Someone should have grabbed them, took it, cut it out, whatever it was, because that was not okay. And, and again, remember what I said earlier. You're taking away the innocence because now you're introducing kids to this stuff. Not saying that they're not introduced to it now earlier in age, but they don't need to see that in wrestling.
No.
Right?
Here's my take with it is like, I think of it as a father, and I think Rick's the same way with it.
Yep.
And if my 4-year-old and 2-year-old, say I brought them to this Raw, and Travis Scott walks by me with a joint and is just smoking right by it, I'd be legitimately pissed
that
my kids would have to inhale marijuana.
Yep.
Now, I'm not against it. I'm not saying that. But they're innocent kids.
Yep.
I do not. I would have made it okay if he was like on stage, if he was in the ring, whatever, fine. But you're going down into the crowd with Jay. It's like, no, it was very distasteful.
Yeah, and Jay even said during the post show, like he tried to make light of it. He was like, "Yeah, I was trying to wave it to me," but then he was also like, "Yeah, but there were kids there, so I was trying to." But he's like, "Yeah, I was waving it to me to get it away from the kids." Like, all right, like,
yeah.
But
And I understand it's Travis Scott. I'm sure 100% that's what he does, obviously. But it's I don't know. It's just not a good look for your Netflix debut.
No,
to me.
No, that was very distasteful. I got to admit. But yeah. So, all right, SmackDown. I mean, the only thing that stood out for me, Tiffany Stratton cashing in. What do you guys think?
I love it.
Too early?
Great.
No, it's about damn time.
Tiffy time?
Tiffy time. It's about Tiffy time.
I don't think they needed to do this the same thing they did with Damian Priest, where he held it onto it for what it seemed like forever.
Yeah.
This was a perfect time for her to cash in.
And you hinted at that so much, like throughout the months of her having Money in the Bank. You hinted at it, and finally she cashes in on who she should have cashed in, and that's
So we had babyface Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the problem, is that they were hinting at it for so long that you were just like, all right, girl, like, what are you gonna do, and when are you gonna do it? I think it took away from it. I think, you had the first 3-hour Raw, SmackDown on USA, so you want to hype that up and you want to give them that moment, and also you wanted to kind of give Nia a little bit of a run because let's face it, this is probably her last title run that she's ever gonna have. And it's just
believe that.
And it's just like, let's give her a little bit of time, but you teasing at it for so long, you're just like, okay. Like if she never teased it that she was gonna go after Nia and she did it on this SmackDown, then you're gonna blow the roof off the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really, like she
That's
got
true.
a big pop, but if you never would have teased it and you just had her as a loyal soldier, and all of a sudden she comes out and she hits Nia, you're just like, wait, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty flashbacks. You're just like, oh my gosh, that's what it should have been. But nonetheless, she definitely is well deserving of Tiffany Stratton.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. From what she started, and I always go back to this, where she started NXT as this daddy's girl, get my way kind of thing. This woman's a gymnast. Let's be legit.
Yep.
She learned her way up, and in 3 years' time, she is the WWE Women's Champion.
Impressive.
So proud of Tiffany Stratton.
It
Legit.
reminds me a lot of Liv Morgan's run. Because remember, Liv Morgan, hopefully she has a better first title reign than Liv Morgan, but I think she definitely put herself in a position where she can have a good run.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. So what else over in SmackDown you guys want to talk about? Anything?
I mean, Andrade and Shinsuke Nakamura.
That was a good match.
Yeah.
That was a damn good match.
I still love that entrance. Shinsuke's entrance.
I know, right?
God, I love this Shinsuke Nakamura, man.
This is a great Shinsuke.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. NXT, let's talk about that, especially what happened yesterday. We got a new women's champ in Julia.
Yes.
A new NXT champ in Oba Femi.
Yeah.
So does that mean Trick Williams gets called up?
Yep.
I think so. What else is he gonna do in NXT?
I'm gonna say right now I'm gonna say after Royal Rumble.
Or at the Royal Rumble?
Either at the Royal Rumble or the SmackDown after, or the Raw after.
Yeah.
And Roxanne too. I think Roxanne Perez is on her way to the main roster.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. Anything else before we close this up?
I was Penta, Chad Gable next week.
Jesus, yes.
Oh, it's got to be. How much more hints can you possibly get? Chad Gable,
right?
I want a luchador.
Yeah.
You want a luchador, huh? Oh, okay. Well, we'll find you somebody.
They literally showed it on right there on the screen.
And they put his name right there, Penta.
Yes.
And I heard something about them wanting to do away with Rey Mysterio and the Luchadors.
Yeah.
Because they were saying about New Day versus Rey and his partner, and I need to just scrap that too.
Yeah,
So,
I was like, what happened to that?
Because I think they're
He
just
was
sick and
supposed to
tired
debut on Netflix.
Right.
Yeah, and I think what it was is they're just sick of pairing Ray with these luchadors for them to turn on him. Because that's what it is right now. So maybe, know what? Maybe Ray is a deadbeat. That everybody's just like, oh, fuck you, Ray.
Don't make everything right.
Damn it. Dom was right.
Dom was right all this time.
Oh my
Shit.
God.
Wow.
But, yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to cover?
I think that's it. Honestly,
it.
we didn't have that much on Dynamite.
No.
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 I'll be completely honest. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's close this bitch up. But make sure you guys tune in after the show because we got the 5-second shuffle, the new 5-second shuffle game. And I already explained it earlier on the show, so make no sense for me to explain it now, other than the forbidden songs. I know I didn't mention that, but these forbidden songs are Taz, Chris Benoit, Reba Giggle, Hook, Lash Legend, and Julian Hall. With that being said, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with the $50 Man,
Clay Cummings,
and the Dean, and the third wheel,
Reynolds the third.
I haven't said that in a while.
Right.
Love, peace, and wrestling. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
All right.
I didn't know if you wanted to follow with that because that was your stick
That's
too.
it. Clay, that is your thing now, my brother.
Okay. All right. I will keep it with honor.
There you go. All right, so I'm going to show the guys my phones to show them that I do have it covered. Do you guys see it?
Yes, sir.
Right down there, I have it covered, so I do not see the name of who's coming up. All I do is I hit the shuffle button, and then I'll just hit pause at the right time. We do play up until 10. Elio is the past champion for 2024. Let's see if he can do it again in 2025. So, Elio, you have champion's advantage. You can either go first or pass it off to Rick, how I have it on my screen.
I'll go first.
All right. Here's your first one. Well, here's our first one.
You don't want none.
AJ Styles.
Rick, what's your pick?
Yeah, AJ Styles.
I think I'll go with AJ Styles too. Clay.
I'm going to agree with you guys. AJ Styles.
All right, let's see who it is. It is AJ Styles.
Oh.
Right. You don't want none.
Yeah, I never heard it started like that.
No, me either.
No.
All right, so we all get a point for that. It goes to Rick.
Okay.
And here's the first one for this one.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Cody Rhodes. Clay?
Cody Rhodes.
Elio?
Cody Rhodes.
It is Cody Rhodes. All right, so we all got a point on that. We're all on 2. Goes to me. Let's see what I get. I'm going Roman Reigns. Clay.
I'm with you, brother. Going Roman Reigns.
Elio. Rick.
Roman Reigns.
Yep, absolutely. Roman Reigns. We all get a point. No forbidden songs yet.
Ooh.
Now, why do you do that when it's my turn? What the fuck?
I'm going to do that for why?
Why?
Ricky Bobby.
All right, it goes to Clay. Here you go. Oop, sorry.
Bailey.
Elio.
Harry.
Rick.
Ding dong. Hello, Bailey.
I'm going with Bailey also. So, no. Oh, yeah, it is Bailey. Sorry. I almost fucked that up.
I was going to say, what? No way.
So we all got 4.
All
Goes
right.
to Elio. Here you go.
Roddy Piper.
Rick.
Ooh. I'm going to go Roddy Piper.
I'm going to go Roddy Piper. I remember clearly we had this one before, and it ended up being somebody else. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Roddy Piper. Clay.
I'm still with you. I'm going Roddy Piper.
It is Roddy Piper.
Oh, okay. Honestly, it gave me a heart attack there.
I know. I was thinking of a tag team right there, and I was like, "It's so close."
Yeah.
It's so good.
What was that other tag team? The Highlanders.
Highlanders.
Yes,
Highlanders.
they came out to something similar to this.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Ooh. All right, we're all tied up at 5. goes to Rick. Here you go.
Oh, let's go with the Great Muda.
I'm gonna go with Top Flight. Clay.
I'm gonna go Evan Bourne. Why not?
Elio.
That's Elio.
All right, let me see who it is. Oh my God, it's Luther from AEW.
Luther, wow.
Why not?
I know, right? All right, nobody gets a point on that. It goes to Rick. Here you go.
No, to you.
Yeah.
What?
It'll go to you. Rick just went. Yeah.
All right, my bad. Here I go. Jesus. I'm a Thunder Rosa. Clay.
Roxanne Perez.
Elio.
Roxanne Perez.
Rick.
See? I'm gonna have to go Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez, it is.
Boom.
I wanted to say Mustafa Ali so bad.
All right, so Clay, Rick, and Elio gets a point on that. It goes to Clay. Here you go.
You can look, but you can't touch. You keep dreaming on the.
See, this is where it's fucked up. This is because you can go. Oh boy,
Brie Bella. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say shit. Wait, my bad.
No, you're good. I'm just gonna go with the Bella Twins. Do that, Bella Twins.
Elio.
Bella Twins.
Rick.
I'm gonna go Nikki Bella.
I'm damn. God dang. I need this point. So I'm gonna go Bella Twins. And it is turn. The Bella Twins.
Yes. Yeah.
Woo! I needed that one.
For listeners that don't know what we're talking about, we have to get exactly right what the thing says. We can't say Nikki Bella and then it'd be Bella Twins. That would be wrong. Or
Yeah,
Brie
because
Bella in a way. I'm just saying.
No, it's true because when Nikki Bella comes out, she comes out to that song.
She does.
When Brie comes out, she comes out to Brie mode. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So that so it has to be one of those two. So So there you go. Right now the score is Clay has 7, I have 6, Rick has 6, and Elio has 7.
Okay.
It's on to Elio. Here you go.
Peter Avalon.
Rick.
Yo, the way he just said that with so much confidence, like it just clicked in. I'm just gonna be a follower. I'm gonna go with Peter Avalon.
You know, I was gonna go Val Venus for some fucking reason, but
I heard that too.
Exactly what you said though. Fucking Elio said that with such confidence. So I'm gonna go Peter Avalon. Yeah. Clay.
I'm gonna follow you guys. I'm going Peter Avalon.
It is Peter Avalon.
All
right.
Shoot.
Holy shit. Jesus. All right, so it's on to Rick, right?
Yep.
All right, here you go.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's struggling. Sam. Just a guess. I mean, it's not accurate. Sami Zayn.
I'm going Sami Zayn.
Damn it!
Clay.
It didn't work.
Sami Zayn.
Elio.
Sami Zayn.
It is Sami Zayn. All right, so right now the score is Clay has 9. I have 8. Rick has 8. Elio has 9. If we go into a tiebreaker, we go to old school rules where it's only the two that has the tie will be the only ones to play. Okay. But the old school way, not this new way. All right.
We don't end in a tie either. That bullshit ain't happening.
No, we never end in a tie. We never end in a tie.
No.
All right. So who's it on?
You.
Oh, shit. It's on to me. Here I go.
What?
Fuck. They ain't give me shit.
Mm-mm.
But I'm gonna go The Rock. Clay.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go with The Rock.
Elio.
Go with The Rock.
Rick.
See, man, I was thinking The Rock from the jump, and I'm like, Tony ain't gonna say The Rock. I'm going with The Rock. Fuck it.
All right, let's see. It is not. It's Jurassic Express.
Oh.
Wow.
How would anybody have gotten that?
Yo,
No.
you know what? You know what though? We haven't got any forbidden songs yet.
Again, it's on my fucking turn.
Oh, really? Oh man.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
And you got 9. Damn,
I
that would
do.
suck. That was
All right.
Damn.
Great.
It's on the Clay. Unless he does get a forbidden song, that'll knock him out. Here we go.
You.
Yeah. Oh wait. Never mind. Never mind. Wade Barrett.
Elio.
Mustafa Ali.
Rick.
Oof. Damn, who did I want to say? Let's go with Vader.
At that point, I wish you said like Typhoon or some shit.
I know, right?
That's my boy.
Yeah, it is. See?
Shit. Damn. All different answers too. Ain't that some shit?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with OC. The OC.
Ooh.
It is the OC.
Damn.
How about that?
So nobody gets a
Nice.
point except for me.
No, honestly, that sound. I thought it was Taz's music for a minute.
It did.
That's why I was like,
his
wait a
AEW one. Yeah.
Oh, and you're right. So Taz is
Yeah.
a forbidden song, so that would suck for Elio, right?
It would have sucked for me.
No,
It would've
it
been on my
sucked-
turn.
No, but it's gonna suck for Elio now.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So right now we're looking at a 3-way tie with 9. Me, Clay, and Elio, and Rick's got 8. It's on to Elio. Here you go. Oh.
Ricochet.
Rick.
I'm gonna go. Is that K Quick?
It's on to me. Oh, fuck. Action Andretti. Clay.
I hate to say it, and if this is right, whatever. I'm gonna go Logan Paul.
If you're right, you win.
I mean, that's fine if we want to win on Logan Paul.
It is fucking Logan Paul.
Let's fucking go.
Fucking Logan Paul.
The newest member of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Wow.
Wow.
We're ending the
Damn.
wrestling show with Logan Paul.
I never thought I heard the day. Never
Right?
thought I heard the day. Good game, guys. Good game.
Yes, absolutely.
All righty. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll have a lot more content for you. See ya. Wait a minute. Same pod time, same pod channel. See ya.
Haters, they all will bow down. Silence you when you're loud. It's getting hotter than down south. I'm here. Nowhere to go but up. I take it there. Level up, I'm never scared. Me and hate's a love affair. Cold blood rushing through my veins. Raised by the wolves, that's the pack. Gang, it's a fact. I'm insane. Keep your love, I give pain. You a ripple in the lake. I'm tsunami, big wave. It's a fact.
And that was a guess, right?
Legit, yes.
Watch me see my posse, don't play fair. We don't fuss, we don't care. We shed blood, don't shed tears. Tell me who, what, where, then